Hello guys, how we doing today? It is Trippy Trader coming at you with a morning market recap. Not really morning market recap, pretty much a day recap at this point since it's 2 o'clock. But it is September 4th, 2019, 1:51 p.m. Still trading the micro E-mini S&P 500. Going to be doing a micro E-mini review every day until I feel like I can start trading the regular future contract or have enough money in my account. But anyways, let's get into it. Today it was pretty much, I guess you could say it was an uptrend from this morning, but if you count today's activity from the market open, it's pretty much just another range today as it was yesterday. The only swing up we had was from last night. Once again, in the middle of the night, it had another runner, which not really sure is coming from where all this volume's coming in, where they keep having runners at night. But we had a nice $30 run in the middle of the night. Of course, I wasn't trading. I couldn't make that because, who's trading that late at night? I mean, I know a lot of people are, but not my strategy, not my system. But yeah, we had a nice run back up to the previous high of the day. So now we're at the new high, or the previous high that we were at, and it was holding pretty well today. It tried making a run back down. Here, I'm going to put this one. Tried making a run back down through here around 10 o'clock this morning to fill in this gap, but it failed to do so. It held its price range pretty good. I mean, as you can tell, I run the 1,000 tick chart on here, and well, since it has less volume than the regular E-mini S&P 500 future contract, I run it half the volume that I was running that, which I was running the E-mini S&P 500 at 2,000 ticks per candle. Now I'm running this at 1,000 ticks. I've tried 500 ticks. I've tried 512 ticks, 600 ticks, 700 ticks, 712 ticks, 800 ticks, and they all just give me they don't give you any signs any more than what these do. I mean, here, I'll take a look at it real quick. Yeah, I mean, you see what I mean? All it does is it chops it up more, and it gives you more signals that you don't need, and you just get on trades that you normally wouldn't get in if you had a nice, a chart looking at it. I feel like I make more money on the 1,000 tick chart than the 800 tick chart, where I feel like my trades go better and my indicators and key price points, or key price levels are more prominent on this. There are less signals. Uh, I mean, it takes longer for a candle to form, and it takes longer, but you're not every second you're like, oh, that looks like a buy, that looks like a short, that looks like a buy, that looks like a short. And I've noticed that's what happens whenever I run a smaller tick count on this future, or any future really, is there's just too many signals that I get in and get stopped out, and then get in again, and then get stopped out, and then get in again, and then it's just a cycle. So I stick with 1,000 tick. But as you can tell on the 1,000 ticks, I mean, if there's any trades on the day, I mean, you had some key entry points right here. There's really not even much support and resistance levels throughout here today. It was a really weird day. I didn't make any trades. I guess, I mean, I'm still going to go through this and see what I could have made, and see what trades that would have made sense that I missed. And I mean, that's the whole point I do these videos, is to go back and look at what I didn't do on the day and what I could have done better. But yes, we have this huge runner up in the after hours, put us back to this price level of 230, which is where we were at just the other day. Well, 226, but close enough up there. So I mean, it's holding that level pretty strong. I haven't looked at the day chart in a while. Here, I'm gonna actually take a look at it. 30-minute now. Let me go to the day. Go to 1 day. Haven't really looked at this day chart. I mean, as you can tell, I've made a few trades this month. Just a few. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Like, if it wasn't for all this congestion right here, you'd probably be able to see it better. But if you can see through this, you can literally see that this has been the entire month of August and so far September. Like, I mean, this is normal price action. This is how the market, when it's moving nice and everything's going all right, this is the price action that it usually gets. Steady, you got you actually have price action. And then this is a market of volatility, a lot of volatility. I mean, just look at that congestion. It is absolutely crazy. I mean, just every day, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, every single day for a whole month. I mean, this is a crazy month in the market I mean, if you're a long-term investor, you're definitely probably going to get frustrated with this because you get in on a position and then it goes up, you make your money, and you're like, oh sweet, and then it just fucking tanks the next day, and then you're stopped out. But yeah, that's one reason why I don't like investing long term, especially when it comes to an index. I'm not going to invest into an index long term. I mean, if I have like $100,000 or $1 million, I mean, I'd put it into a low risk, guarantee yielding investment. But as for like a speculator, definitely not going to be trading the indexes or investing in the indexes. I'll be looking more for companies and I'd be doing speculation on the companies if I did do that. But I am not that at all. I am a scalper. And that's the thing I've learned that took me a while uh, as a trader to really understand that as a trader and a scalper, if you don't take advice from someone who's an investor, because someone who's an investor, I mean, you can risk management, things like that, that's necessary. But like when it comes to how you do your job and how you trade, a person who invests in the stock market is going to know nothing about trading or scalping. So like it'd be pointless to take advice from somebody who invests in a Facebook or Amazon or, larger cap stocks for like months at a time, a speculator investor. Don't take advice from people like that. You're going to want to take advice from people who's doing the exact same thing you're doing. Like, for example, I'm a scalper and day trader on the S&P 500 future contract, emini. So there's two people I listen to, Al Brooks and Pat's Trading. And I listen to those two because they all have free courses, they have free everything, free videos. They don't charge you out the ass for their, subscription or whatever. You're not paying thousands of dollars to, you know, for them to try to teach you something in 3 months, and because all that's a lie, all that's a scam. You're never going to learn how to trade in 3 months from paying money for someone to teach you. Just use that money to invest and then lose that money that you were going to spend on a chat room and just lose it and learn from your losses, and you'd probably learn more from that than you would any from the chat room. So but yeah, those two, I watch them because they both trade the E-mini S&P 500. They trade the same way I do. Very short term, very few ticks. They look at from candle to candle every second. I mean, that's who I take my advice from. I mean, why would I take advice from anybody else? Why would I take advice from a mutual fund manager on how to scalp, futures? And if you start watching videos from other people and taking advice, from penny stock traders who, trade with the volume and, the morning market opens and share flow percentages, you're not going to pay attention to that when you're trading futures. You want to look at someone who does exactly what it is that you want to do. That's who you want to take advice from. I mean, of course, there's people that know a lot, but just take advice from people who do what you do. Sorry, I got off topic right there. It just all these chat rooms and shit pisses me off because at one point, I was even that person that was joining these chat rooms, thinking it was the key and everything. And I learned I mean, I didn't pay any money for a chat room. I did a trial for one, but I learned real quick that it was all a scam. But anyways, yes, let's get back into this market. This morning we had this huge run up. I've said this 4 times now, and then we had this up here obviously looks like the resistance level for the day. Uh, the first, honestly, this right here. I mean, if you're up 5 in the morning, this wouldn't be a bad trade. But I mean, I'm not going to mark that because I'm never up 5:30 in the morning, and I don't know many people that are trading at 5:30. I mean, 7 o'clock, yeah, for sure. I know a lot of people who trade at 7 o'clock in the morning. But I mean, right here, you got to run back up, and then you got another push back up to the top, like you have right here, and then you have this huge trend candle right here that shows that you just failed this resistance level. So I mean, I wouldn't have taken a short right here at all. Waited for that one, and then waited for this failure, come out here, and then another run back down. Uh, come in through here. Price holds itself. Let's see, it's only 6:30 at this point, so not much volume has really picked up. Around 7 o'clock, probably more volume has picked up through here. And I mean, we're literally just. I mean, there's really not much price action to go over in the day. I mean, you can just look at it for like the first from 8:30 till 8:40, literally nothing happened. I mean, for me at least, how I trade, I mean, I guess you could consider this a key entry level, especially at this, a retest right here. Could have got in, but I mean, look at it. It didn't even move except a few points. So I won't even bother marking that trade, really. There's really barely any trades going on today. I'll pull back down here. Another green candle. This is around where the market opened, was right around here. I mean, as you can tell, it's 9:30 right here, and look, literally just did nothing. And then you come in here, and then you got a bunch of volatility at this moment. I'm definitely not going to take any trades in these positions. I mean, I guess you got uh, a second entry right here, but I mean, still not going to take that. I mean, especially after this huge selling candle right here. I'm not going to take any get along. I mean, I'd be looking more for shorting or for anything, but that's not what happened. It held the support level really strong, 29, 26, 50 for a few times that night or this today. Then we had another runner back up here. Didn't even hit the key entry level again. Or we had another run back up to this key entry level. And then we had another trend bar right here to sell off. I mean, I guess this one wouldn't have been bad because, I mean, you're at this key entry level right here, but you're literally right on the moving average. So you're not extended on the moving average. You're not bounced on top of the moving average. And after a huge uptrend like this, I mean, you got a bunch of buying momentum and this holding its support level. I mean, I guess you could look for a few ticks to go back in down here towards the 29, 26, 50 range. This would be the only price target that I'd be looking for if I did take this trade. Like, I wouldn't even barely mark that, but I'm saying if you did get into it, don't be looking to get a runner. I mean, I guess I know we got a failed break right here, but be careful. Watch the support level. I mean, as you can tell right here, it's already showing that it has, a strong, support at this price. So definitely just take your profits down there or watch it, make sure to reverse. But as you can tell, it hit that level and it bounced back up. And I wouldn't have gotten into this trade probably until like the candle was right here, anyways, until the candle was about done going through. Because I like to wait for, especially when you're scalping, I like to wait for the candle to finish because the one thing I've noticed about scalping or just even about this market is anything can change in any second. And you have to be aware of that change and you cannot be biased. I mean, like, I don't know how many times a day I'll be thinking, okay, I'm looking to short, and then my mind will change completely. Nope, I'm looking to buy here. Nope, I'm looking to short. I mean, you're just going back and forth, back and forth. You have to be unbiased because if you're, I mean, I guess you can be depending on your system, and because I know some traders who only, they take some shorts, but they look more for bullish momentum. But I mean, when you're only watching, you know, one future contract, one index, one market. I mean, there's really no sense for you not to trade both sides of the market. Like, I mean, before I even got into futures, I used to be a bullish person. I used to want to buy. That's just how I was. And then, you know, as soon as I got into, I would say I was an optimistic trader. And then as soon as I got into futures, completely learned that, you know, you're going to be limited to how much you make and how many trades you make if you only take buys, because every day it could change. It could be a downtrend day for that day, and then you're going to, if you're trying to buy, then you're not going to have as many opportunities as you would if you took the other side of the position and took a short. So, uh, yes, you definitely cannot be biased because you'll lose a bunch of opportunities to make some money. Like, I mean, honestly, I feel like I take more shorts now, especially in the last month. I've taken more shorts than longs, like by far. Say I've maybe had a few days where I've taken some longs, but majority of my profits this month have literally just been taking shorts. I mean, I don't know. It's just something you just can't stick to. Your mind always has to be changing in whatever the market is telling you. Because, I mean, the market's always changing, so your mind always has to change with the market. So, like right here, you had another. Let's get back into this. And then, where were we talking about? Like right here? Yeah. Right here, you had another run back up to the top. Uh, tried. That failed. This right here, this honestly, uh, this wouldn't be too bad. Okay, why do I have that? Steve Jobs about stocks. Why do I? But right here, this wouldn't have been a bad one, especially after this fail right here. I would say, honestly, I'm gonna move this to right here, cause I mean, maybe right there. Yeah, right there. Cause I mean, yeah, you could have taken. Crap. Okay, that's good enough. I'm talking about this candle. Because, I mean, yeah, you could have taken the short. I mean, you had a failed second entry. And you had a run back up to the top, but that failed. And then you had this huge trend bar right here to push you back down to this level, and it broke that support level that this has been holding. I mean, look at this support, 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 support. So you have all the support level after this huge runner. I mean, this wouldn't have been a bad short, especially with this bouncing off the 21 moving average and it failing off the 21 moving average. This wouldn't have been bad short. I say after this candle, I would have got in, taken this short, because I mean, this definitely you could have made a few ticks, a few points off this. Uh, but I mean, honestly, this is probably like, I mean, I still can't determine where I want to get in. Like, I would get in right here, but I mean, at the support level, I mean, I guess it did break down through it. So I guess you could say you got in on the second candle, either the second or the third one. Either one of these candles, when you got in, obviously you could have made money on it. I mean, it just depends on how long you like waiting or what you like waiting for to tell you. I mean, as soon as this fails off the 21 moving average like that, fails to break it, fails to come back up to the top, and this huge red bar, I mean, this is probably a guarantee a few points down after that. And then you come back in through here, you got this level. Looks like we have a little bit another line right there. But you have another level right here that we come at. Uh, and then it just kind of moves right back up like a range day. I mean, I'm not sure if this will consider this, more of an uptrend day, since it was until 4 o'clock when it stopped moving up. So I say after hours was trending up, but as for the market today, I consider it more of a range day. And then after this, I mean, it holds that price. You have a hold trend right here, and you get all these green candles coming in. So obviously the market's holding itself, and I mean, just with all this buying power through here and it being back at the price that it was 2 days ago at the high. So, I mean, it's holding this level right here. You could have been looking for more bullish momentum after this point. But this is what I mean by you got to change your mind. The market changes all the time, You're not going to be making any short trades after this point right here as you would right here. I mean, you can tell the bulls are controlling this market right here and the bears are running this market. You just have to know what market you're in. You have to know what is running that market, and you have to know what to look for in that market, because you're not going to take buys on a selling market, you're going to be looking to short more at these key entry levels rather than buying at the bottoms. Because, nobody can predict a bottom. And I feel more comfortable shorting at the top on a downtrend than trying to pick the bottoms of the corrections on a downtrend and getting longs. Some people can do it, but like right here, for example, you see these uptrends, yeah, I guess you could short at these tops, but who's going to determine whether or not, it's the top, if it's going to keep going? So what I like doing is waiting for it to correct back to a price level, whether it be the trend or the 21 moving average or any indicator that I have, whether it be the trend line, a key entry point, or like I said, the moving average. When it pulls back through there, then I'll take the position that the market is moving in. So say if it pulls back to this level, a couple times after the second time maybe, or the first time, if after I already have my line made, then I take a long on an uptrending market. I'm not taking shorts up here trying to make these, few ticks. 'Cause I feel like the odds are against you in that scenario rather than if you're going with the market. It's just something you really just learn from losing your ass, really. The only way to learn is by losing in the market. And once you lose enough, I feel like you catch on a few things. But and especially if you watch it every day, like that's why I do these videos every day. Like say my trading for the day wasn't like superb or on point. I make these videos to talk. I make these videos to get my mind going about the market, and to keep everything up to date. I feel like you take a day off or take 2 days off or anything, you're going to forget some things and you're going to get out of the rhythm. And it's just nice always staying in the market's rhythm, always knowing what prices you're at, always knowing how the market was moving the day before. It helps you with the next day. You have to watch the market every single day if you're a day trader or scalper. But like I said, run back up through here. I guess we had a little bit of trend going on right here, but not anything really special. You got a few point moves right here. And especially after this downtrend, you're just filling in this gap. Not really sure if I even would have taken any trades. Like I get done trading around 11:30. So you have this buying momentum right here. You have this huge break above that, but who's to say that it pulls back just like this? You can't take a long in right there. And you could take a long in right here because you had a couple retests to go up and down, and then finally it pushed up. So honestly, this wouldn't have been a bad trade. Let's get a chart marker arrow up. This wouldn't have been a bad trade, honestly. I need to trade this. That's ugly green. But yeah, this wouldn't have been a bad trade because you come in right here, you had this pull down, you're already on in kind of an uptrending market from this morning, so you have a little bit more buying momentum, and then you have this buying momentum come back, you have a failed breakdown, or not really a failed breakdown, it just didn't go any lower than that, it was just one little, not even considered that a leg, but just a little pull back down, and then you instantly get these, trend bars, green trend bars coming in, these retests of that level, it's just higher lows are coming up through here, and then you get this area of congestion right here. And when you get this area of congestion, it's trying to determine which way the market's moving. So you got this congestion right here, and it fails, it goes down, and it closes back higher, and then right here you got another one, doji, and then another one where it tries to go back down, and then it fails once again, runs back, or opens up here, closes down here, or opens down here, runs up here, and then closes back above the other candle, and then you get this candle which opens lower but then closes higher with this body of a candle. And then this wouldn't have been a bad one right here because this candle was obviously showing you that the market's direction is about to go back up, especially after this candle. It's literally the same one, so this wouldn't have been a nice long to get in on a few ticks right there. But after that, you get up here, in a little correction back to the moving average. But I wouldn't really take that trade, honestly. It's way past my trading hours. The only way I would have taken this one was because it was at 11:18. So give me 12 minutes of my trading time. So that's one that I could have made. So I mean, there are a couple trades you could have made today, I guess, but I didn't make any. I didn't really see them. Uh, had a late start today too, but I'm gonna be up tomorrow, 8 o'clock trading, and we'll do a trade recap tomorrow. But yeah, that's it for the video. Today's video has probably been longer than any video I've made, but oh well. That's it for the video today. Have a great day.